Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul, and this is going to be the daily one-card reading. This is for the beginning of the new energetic cycle of readings on this channel. And so you know what that means. We have to invoke the energies that are going to preside over this current cycle of readings, which does begin on Monday and Fridays. This is for Monday, October 16th. So the first thing that we have to do is clear away all of the previous energies from this last cycle. And I would also greatly appreciate it if you would hit the like button, leave me a comment, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so yet. All right. Check out all of your placements, sun, moon, and rising sign readings that I do here on this channel twice a week for each sign. Okay, so if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please also let me know that in the comments. Okay, I do read every comment here. I don't always have a chance to reply to everyone, but I do read them all. Okay, and I really appreciate them. Okay, so first thing we've got to do is select our Jing card. Now, eventually I want to switch over to using either the yarrow stalks or the bead method of casting a hexagram. I know this is not very traditional, but it's working for now. And if you've watched other readings that I do, you may have noticed how eerily accurate the Jing seems to be. It always seems to be relevant to what we're talking about in the reading. You know, it's a little bit uncanny. So we will select one hexagram that will preside over the next few days of readings. Again, this is for Monday, October 16th, and this energetic cycle lasts until Friday. Okay. So our hexagram is 11, the flow. Small goes and great comes. Good fortune, creating success. Good fortune, creating success. The flow. Flow is a sign of the full expression of tremendous creative energy and spiritual power. Create harmony with the greater flow and pour its energy into creative manifestation. Pettiness and smaller concerns are swept away so that free communication and great things become possible. So the questions that this hexagram is asking: how will you work with this extraordinary potential? How can you channel the flow of energy to create harmony? Okay, so these are good questions for us to ask. Now, I also want to consult my Jing book that I've compiled, and let's find hexagram 11. I do have copies of this book. I have PDFs. If anybody is interested, I'd be more than happy to forward a PDF. Okay, so for hexagram 11, which I've translated as interplay. Okay, and that is the interplay between heaven and earth. Of course, we have earth on top, heaven underneath. Heaven is acting as the supporting, the divine, the spiritual is the support, the foundation of the manifested world, or the potential manifested world, right? Use the ways of heaven and the ways of earth together to help others. Inferior things will leave and great things will come. You'll have success and progress. Division and disconnection unplug beings from an infinite power supply in the momentum of the universe. We reconnect and heal this. We learn what we can of the natural law and accept the forces around us to live life with the greatest effect. Interplay depicts the waning of egotistical illusions and the waxing of true potential. The superior person allows their inner virtue to rule the psyche. This hexagram describes your situation in terms of prospering and expanding. It emphasizes that continually spreading this prosperity through communicating is the adequate way to handle it. Interplay suggests a fruitful union of opposites and a consequent state of balance in the matter at hand. So there's flow, there's synergy, and there's consonance. I think this is a really good this is a really good hexagram for this energetic cycle, especially coming off of the solar eclipse. So we'll put that aside, and let's do the Loteria card. All right. Now, I admit that I don't know all that much about the Loteria cards. And I don't feel that this is a reason why I should not use them. I feel like this is a reason why I need to use them more, right? Because I don't know very much about them. And I'm intensely interested in the energies. I feel a connection with the images on the Loteria cards, which is kind of a Mexican lottery game or bingo game from what I understand. And each of these cards has with it a special riddle that kind of goes with the image, and there's kind of a lesson in that riddle, right? So I do have a copy of those riddles that I can read. This last week I didn't have that document in front of me, but let's see what it is for today. The star. The star. Okay, let me just pull up my document here. One day I'll have these memorized. So, we've got 35. The Sailor's Guide, or the Pole Star of the North, right? That's kind of how we look at the star of the tarot. Something or someone will guide you. If you're lost, look for guidance. There is hope and help available. You just need to recognize it, right? And maybe we recognize that through this interplay, through this flow of heaven and earth, right? Of opposites, of ourselves and the environment, of me and you, right? Through this star energy, this guidance, this is going to be lighting our way through the next round of zodiac readings on this channel. All right, so the next thing that we should do is the THOTH card. And these are elements and sub-elements, the 5 elements of spirit, fire, water, air, and earth, and the combinations of those elements. So there are 25 possibilities. And the element or sub-element ruling this cycle of readings is going to be, air of fire. Air of fire. This is kind of a fixed fire energy. It's kind of a Leo energy. It's kind of a Prince of Wands energy. And to me, that is really finding a way to commit to our creative process, to create to, the spirit around us too, because we have the fire on the outside here, and our commitment, our truth is kind of safely inside that divine energy, that creative energy. So we're both affecting change outside of us through this fire, but then we are also being kind of nurtured and guided and protected by that spiritual fire energy, right? It's always a two-way street. There's always flow, interplay. So I like that very much. Now let's select our guardian of the mystery card. Every reading that we do, there's one mystery card that we set aside. We don't look at until the end, and we do a little kind of game where you all are asked to try to predict that card that we would then reveal at the end. It's kind of fun, right? Makes it more interactive. But we're using Alien Simon Mork Ripley, and it seems that Mr. Ed is next in line, but I think I have these out of order. My daughter and I were down here playing yesterday, and I think that we might have put these back in a different order. I don't think we've used Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, the Tarot Frog, in a while. So I think we're going to use Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, as the guardian of the mystery card for this round of readings. So these are the archetypes that will be influencing this current cycle of readings, which does last until Friday. Okay. Now the planetary ruler of this cycle is Mercury, and hence the purple and yellow and the orange lights here. The planetary ruler changes at the beginning of every cycle, starts with the moon, then Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and then it repeats itself again, right? Those 7 sacred planets. I also want to say a special happy birthday shout out to all of the Libra people that have their birthdays today. We are still in Libra season for a few more days. That's very exciting, so happy birthday. Now, this is going to be a general reading for the day, for this whole cycle of readings. So try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And remember, everyone, that the most important part of any tarot reading, other than my cat, is you. And here we have a Queen of Swords. Beautiful energy, beautiful card. We get that card quite a bit in our readings here. And this is a card of clarity, right? This is a card not only of seeing a situation from kind of above and beyond. This is us removing the mask from ourselves. We're kind of Scooby-Dooing ourselves, right? We're able to penetrate through any of the stuff that we tell ourselves, right? This is a brutal honesty here with ourselves. And I think that this gives us a bit of perspective that we can apply to our external world. Maybe see how we are following or not following our star over here, how we are or are not going with the flow and harmonizing with the universe and the world around us and the interplay of heaven and earth here. How we are or are not expressing our truth through our actions, through our activities, through our creative energy, right? First, we have to discern that truth. And this is, like I said, the Queen of Swords. Let's bring the cat up here because she loves to be part of the readings. I think it's time to clip her toenails too, by the way. Okay, so the Queen of Swords has the water inside of that, right? There's water within the air here. Okay, so there's a lot of potential there, right? Because water inside of the air kind of reminds me of a cloud. This card's depicting her in the clouds. It's the potential for a lot of love to be expressed, right? A lot of that spiritual energy, that connectedness, that intuition within this cloud that is kind of trying to get out, right? And that leads us, of course, into some of the other court cards. But these are all elements. These are very similar to the THOTH cards that we're talking about. And all of these court cards, they all have a relationship with each other, right? They all flow in and out of each other. So we have the Queen of Swords can very easily become a Prince of Swords, where we just kind of have the double air, you know. Or it could become a Queen of Cups, where this water then extends all the way to the surface, and it becomes an outward expression of that inner love, intuition, compassion, that watery element, right? So in this one, we're really trying to penetrate through our own stuff, right, to get to our water energy inside, to get to our love and compassion, our true connection, that self-reflection, right, that intuition, that kind of that spiritual water that's in there, right? And this, I think, really does give us that perspective. This card is about rising kind of above and beyond the tumult of our minds, of our daily lives, and perceiving things in a new way. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill perception or run-of-the-mill, insight, I guess. It really is a transcendence of the rational mind, of the kind of the basic intellect there. And it is tapping into a higher wisdom, a higher understanding. Okay, but it's using that to inform our decisions. We're connecting with the divine in order to influence our decisions, to influence our actions, to then, extend that creativity out into the world. So this is a very good card. I think this is a card that is encouraging us today and this coming cycle to see through the clouds, see through the lies that we tell ourselves, right? See through the smoke and mirrors that we set up for ourselves and that is set up for us, right? And not getting tricked by the intellect, right? A lot of the time we think we're seeing through the smoke and mirrors, but really we're just seeing what we want to see, that we are setting up our own smoke and mirrors, right? So we have to really do the Scooby-Doo And we have to be just brutally honest with ourselves, try to get back to a simplicity of that water energy that's kind of non-rational, right? It's more intuitive. It's more of a feeling, but it's a connectedness, right? And I think that if these investigations don't result in a deeper love, both for yourself and for the world around you, we might be being tricked by our intellect, right? Because the intellect, the air aspect of this, seeks to divide. The water energy brings everything together in solution, right? So if our investigations result in further division, then I think we need to take another look, right? I think this is a very important card for all of us here in this community on YouTube at Dove and Serpent Tarot, but for the world too, you know. And I think that if we can be this honest with ourselves and try to look at things both objectively, but then also coming from a place of love and compassion, we might be able to see things in a different way, see how we might be able to flow a little bit more harmoniously, right? Anyway, the cat and I would like to thank you for being here. I hope that you will consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Hit the like button, leave a comment, check your placements, solar placements, lunar placements, ascending sign placements. Check those readings out. We do have a membership option here on the channel where you can get extended readings, right, for all of those zodiac signs. There is a Discord chat available to channel members. I want to thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate the love and support and the encouragement, and I know you all really like the cat, so she's here too to say hi. So thank you, and we love you, and we're all in this together.